Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to our Arabic classes. We are doing the Medina Arabic course book 1, and tonight inshallah ta'ala we are starting from lesson number 10. Lesson number 10 as far as the book is concerned, even though it's our 28th lesson thus far, and hence you find that we are on page 54 of book 1. So we are starting last week. Actually, let me recap. Last week we had supposed to start lesson number 10, and we read a couple of lines, and then we shifted to do that book Al-Dama'ir, the Arabic pronouns, to give you a holistic picture as to how it works and everything of that sort. So if you attended last week's class, this class of today should then be easy. If you didn't attend it, it'll be a new class. If you hadn't attended last week's class, the recording is up online on YouTube, Darul Ilm channel. You can find the recordings all there under a playlist called Arabic class, and you'll find it there. So it would be Arabic class hash 27, whatever last week's date was, would have been the 22nd, I think, of September. But yeah. So you will find that recording over there. Then you can keep up to date with all of the pronouns and possessive pronouns. So going forward, you are more advanced in what the book is currently teaching. But be that as it may, let us begin. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. So we are starting from the top of the page, Ad-Darsul Ashiru, the 10th lesson, which is, starts out as a discussion between two people, Hamid and Muhammad. So Hamidun, he says, Man anta, who are you? Anta, now I'm going to explain it nonetheless in case people have forgotten from last week to this week. Anta is it's a singular directive, or at least a singular male that you are referring to. It's second person, in other words. It means you. Who are you, oh one man? If I were to break it down into such terms. So Hamid is speaking to one man. The word anta tells us all of that. So man anta, who are you? And Muhammad now replies, Muhammadun, ana talibun bil jami'ati. I am a student at the university. Ana means I, and is pronounced as ana, not ana. You may see an alif on the end, but that alif is not pronounced at any point. So ana talibun bil jami'ati. You're hearing me say bum, even though it's bun, but you know the law, or with the in tajweed, tanween followed by a ba, all of that. So that's why I'm saying ana talibum instead of ana talibun. Bil jami'ati, al jami'a, we have done this word before, it means university. So ana talibun bil jami'ati, I am a student at the university. This ba, we've done it before, meaning worth. I'm a student with the university. Well, I suppose if you were speaking to people, I'm a student with so and so, people may understand in English, but we would say I'm a student at the university. So likewise, ana talibun bil jami'ati. The ba is what we'll use in Arabic in the meaning of at or worth in different contexts. Based on the context, you would translate at or worth according to how you prefer to translate your sentences. But yeah, أنا طالب بالجامعة. أنا مصلي بالمسجد. For example, things of that sort. So أنا طالب بالجامعة. I am a student at the university. Hamid speaks again. Hamidun. أنت طالب جديد. Are you a new student? Anta. This is the alif of istifham. We've done it before many times, meaning it's to point out a question. And then anta. Are you a one man? Talibun. Hence, as you notice, always singular. They follow each other like that. We're speaking about one man. So therefore, the nouns and the verbs, the adverbs, whatever the correct term is, they got to correspond with one another. So anta is masculine, singular. So talibun is masculine, singular. Jadidun is masculine, singular. Jadidun is in this form because of talibun. And talibun is because we're speaking to a man. So anta talibun jadidun. Are you a new student? And Muhammad now replies, he says, Na'am, ana talibun jadidun. Yes, I am a new student. Hamid continues. Hamid continues and he says, Min aina anta? Where are you from? Min from. Aina where? Anta you. Where from you? Obviously, we adjust the sentence according to our language that we are translating it to. Had we been translating it to any other language and the format of the words changed, we change it accordingly. But in English, where are you from? So, Min aina anta? Where are you from? And Muhammad replies, Muhammadun ana min al-Hindi. I am from India. Ana, I. Min, the same min, but we're not going to say min al-Hindi. As you know, always. Wa alaikum assalam. I can. We have actually started, according to my microphone, we are working. Can anybody hear me? In fact, I actually didn't confirm that. If anybody can hear me, can you just let me know? Just send a message so that I haven't been speaking to myself the last 7 minutes. Anyone who can drop me a message? Okay, it is working. Okay, jazakallahu khair. So the audio is actually working, and the problem would then be on your side if it's not playing. Any case, so ana min al-Hindi. Like I said, when we're speaking, we flow with our sentences. So we don't stop. You don't put a sakin, ana min al-Hindi. We don't speak that way. We read through. For example, you read the Quran. You'll see, as far as linguistics are concerned, where there's supposed to be sakins in certain places, you read through it. And it's a norm. So in the case here, the sakin has been changed to a fatha, a zabar, so that we can continue and flow the words. So ana minal Hindi, ana minal Hindi, I am from India. Then Hamid now continues. He asks the next question. Hamidun, ma ismuka, ma ismuka, but we're going to pronounce it as masmuka, masmuka. Ma and ismuka, but you see the squiggly thing here on top of the alif, it's a sign that this is a hamzatul wasl. It is an alif, hamza are used interchangeably, so it is an alif that you join over. So we won't pronounce it masmuka, no, masmuka. Like the alif here is always silent in ana, when you are joining then this alif becomes silent. Then it would be as if there are no alifs at all. Masmuka. Masmuka. Ka is the possessive form of anta. Singular, masculine, second person. Ka, you. Ma ismuka. What is your name? So anta is you, ka is your. So when you're possessing something, obviously you translate it into English as your. So masmuka, what is your name? Kitabuka, your book. Sayyaratuka, your car, so on and so forth. Your, that's how you translate it. But ka is singular, masculine. Like I said, refer back to last week's class on the Ad-Damair Kitab, and all of this has been already explained in detail for the entire 30-something minutes that we had done that class. There's sufficient exercises and revision done in that class as well for you to be up to date with things. So masmuka, what is your name? And Muhammad replies, Ismi Muhammadun. Ismun. Ismun, like ismu. Ismun, as it would be, if I cut this off here, ismun. But we are making it possessive, my name. So not ana ismi. You may find some people when they are starting out in Arabic and they're trying to make a sentence, and they'll say, ana ismi Muhammad. That's not the proper way of doing things. So ismi Muhammadun. Ismi Muhammadun. The ya here stands in the place, is the possessive form of the word ana. So ismi, my name. Ana, I. The ya means mine. So you and yours, me and mine, so to speak. So ismi, my name is Muhammad. My name is Muhammad, and this is the ya is used whether you are male or female or hermaphrodite or anything. It doesn't change. Ismi Muhammadun. My name is Muhammad. Hamid continues. Hamidun. ومن هذا الفتى الذي معك. ومن هذا الفتى الذي معك. That's how we would be pronouncing it if we were reading it in a broken form. ومن, and who is هذا, this, الفتى, this youngster, this young boy, in other words. Fata gives you the meaning of masculine. If it was fatat with the ta marbuta on the end, it would be feminine. So fata, this is a ya with the ah sound. You know, I always tend to explain it. A ya with dots gives an e sound. A ya without dots gives an ah sound. It's like you see, it's me versus fata. It's not a hard and fast rule, because you'll find in the Quran, for example, in our Mus'ab that we use, you'll find a ya with no dots and pronounced with the e sound and things of that sort. And in other writings as well, you'll find the same thing happening. But for the purpose of the Arabic that we use as commonplace today, when you want to use it in its full form, ya with dots give an e sound, ya without dots give an ah sound. So it's fatah when we're leaving pronouncing the word alone. But when we are joining, like we did with the ma smuka, the ah falls away. So fatah won't be fatah. We'll say waman hadha al fatah alladhi, as if this ya here don't exist. So fatah alladhi ma'aka, waman hadha al fatah alladhi ma'aka, and who is this youngster, this young boy? That is the one that is ma'aka, with you. Ma'a, we've done this word before, which means with. It is one of the prepositions, but ka is ka. It's a possessive pronoun. It cannot change. So this being a preposition, it has no power over a possessive pronoun. So ka won't become ki because of ma'a. Just keep that in mind in case that thought crosses your mind, because possessive pronouns are possessive pronouns. They are as they are and they do not change. So ka is masculine, ki is feminine. They're not going to change their genders for anything. Moving on, Muhammadun. Huwa Zamili. Muhammad now explain who is this youngster. And he says, Huwa Zamili. Zamilun means a colleague, a classmate, a fellow student. So Huwa Zamili, he is my classmate. So Huwa Zamili, he is my colleague, he is my classmate. Hamidun continues, Ahuwa Aydan min al-Hindi. Is he also from India? Ahuwa, like we did last week, Huwa meaning he, singular, masculine, third person. So Anta is you, Huwa is he. He, one man. Is he, Aydan means also, is he also from India? La, Muhammadun la huwa min al-Yabani. No, he is from Japan. Al-Hind is India, al-Yabanu, we have done this word before, at least I think so. Or maybe I'm just Japanese too much that I keep seeing the word. So, huwa min al-Yabani. No, he is from Japan. Hamid then says, Hamidun, masmuhu, ma ismuhu, but following through, masmuhu, what is his name? Who is the possessive form of the word huwa? Like ka is the possessive form of the word anta. So ma ismuhu, masmuhu. What is his name? Muhammadun ismuhu Hamzatu. His name is Hamza. Now his and who, he is. Like I explained, the ka means your, and anta means you. Likewise, does the who means his, and huwa means he. He and his, you and yours. Just to follow along. So Hamzatu, not Hamzatun, if you heard me here. We did touch on this before in the past. Masculine names, pure Arabic in origin and all, but if a masculine name ends with a ta marbuta, that name will not get tanween. So Hamzatu, Muawiyah too, Usama too, so on and so forth. These names all are pure Arabic masculine names, but because of them having a ta marbuta, those names do not get tanween. So ismuhu Hamza too. His name is Hamza. Like Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib radiyallahu anhu, Hadrat Hamza radiyallahu anhu. And last one for the page, he says, Hamidun, ma lughatuka ya Muhammadu? What is your language, O Muhammad? O Muhammad, ma lughatu, lugha, we've done the word, lughatun sa'batun, lughatun sahlatun, like we've done before. Ma lughatuka, your language. What is your language? O Muhammad, ya Muhammadu. You heard me saying Muhammadu and not Muhammadun. The reason is because ya, which is known as the harfi nida, when you attach it to a word, the tanween of that word falls away. So ya Hamza, okay, let's not use Hamza because you won't have tanween. Ya Khalidu, ya Ammaru, things of the sort. Ya Muhammadu, not ya Muhammadun. Ma lughatuka ya Muhammadu? What is your language, O Muhammad? And that's the end of page 54. But let's move on and do a couple more before our time runs out. Maybe we can even finish until the exercises, if we can manage to do the next page. So Muhammad now says, he speaks in reply, and he says, Lughati al-urdiyatu. Lughati. Once again, it's the word lugha, and it's being used with the ya, let's put it this way, the possessive form of the word ana. So that's basically what is taking place. Lugha, it's supposed to be lughatuyi, as you may imagine, from the normal form. Lughatu, like lughatuka. Why is it now suddenly lughati? Why is the ta got a kasra? It is because of the fact that I did actually explain this last time, that it is something known as ثقيل على اللسان, something which is difficult upon the tongue for Arabs to say lughatuyi. It don't flow, but lughati, it's I mean, it flows regardless of who you are. Lughati flows very easily. But yeah, so lughati al-urdiyatu. Lughati al-urdiyatu. I'm reading it in a broken form. Lughati, I'm pronouncing the E and pulling it because I'm reading it as like two different words. But when you're reading it, lughati al-urdiyatu. Lughati, not lughati al-urdiyatu. Like I say, when you're joining, the pull falls away. So lughatil urdiyatu, my language is Urdu. Al-Urdiya is the Arabic name for the Urdu language. So lughatil urdiyatu, my language is Urdu. Okay, so continuing on, Hamid now asks another question. Hamidun, ahiya lughatun sahlatun, is it? So huwa here, they are used for human beings and for inanimate objects as well. So animate and inanimate objects both will be used accordingly. So masculine items, men, you use the word huwa. Feminine objects and females, you use the word hiya. So ahiya, why hiya? Because lughatun is a feminine word, like you have done before. So ahiya lughatun sahlatun. Lughatun hiya sahlatun. So is it, it meaning the language, is it an easy language? And Muhammad replied, Muhammadun, Na'am, hiya lughatun sahlatun. Yes, it is an easy language. Hamidun, wa Hamzatu, ma lughatuhu. Wa Hamzatu, ma lughatuhu. And Hamza, what is his language? You see how the conversation progresses from asking one question, and you don't start the sentence of wa Hamzatu. It would not be, and a sentence don't begin in English even with and. It starts with something which precedes it, then you can come with and. For example, when you find in the Quran an ayah starting with a wa, that's a different type of wa. That is used as which is known as a wawi qasam, a wow to take an oath with. So wa hamzatu, if you were to start your sentence, you would be actually taking an oath by Hamza if it was a start of a new thing out of the blue. So therefore, it's following up or part of the discussion. And Hamza, what is his language? So Muhammad says, لغته اليابانية وهي لغة صعبة. لغته اليابانية. لغته اليابانية وهي لغة صعبة. First time I read it broken. Second time I read it now in a flowed form. So لغته اليابانية, not لغته اليابانية. Whenever you have an al in the middle of a sentence, you won't pronounce it as al in the sense. The previous word will join onto it. So لغته اليابانية وهي لغة صعبة. His language is Japanese and it is a difficult language. So he says اللغة اليابانية. And what is written here is kakubu no meisho to tsukai kata. That's what's written over here, the names and usage of each part. But we're not doing Japanese classes here tonight. But anyway, if you ever were wondering what is written over here, this is the kanji over here, kakubo no meisho totsukai kata. But it means the names and usage of each part. Moving on, he's right when he says hiya lughatun sa'batun, while the hiragana may be easy enough, the kanji, that's a different story altogether. There's hundreds of them, and each one of them are actually like a word in its own self, unlike this, which would be these letters, which are part of this is to, this is no, by the way, and okay, is Japanese is mu'annath because of the word lugha being mu'annath? Yes. Al-lughatul yabaniyatu, lughatil urdiyatu. Yeah, it is. They gotta correspond in al-lughatul inkiliziyatu, al-arabiyatu. In fact, you know, it's not exactly because of. No. Yabani above wasn't mu'annath. The difference is, let me just go up so we are on the same page. Huwa min al-Yaban. This is Japan. Al-Yabaniyatu means Japanese. Arabiyun, for example, Amrikiyun. Let's use the word Amriki. Amrikiyun means an American. Okay, American isn't the language. Let's go with English at least. Inkiliziyun, in Englishman. Al-Inkiliziyatu, English. Okay, Urdu isn't exactly a country either, but yeah, basically it goes, okay, we can say Al-Hindu is India, Al-Hindiyu, Al-Hindiyatu, Hindi, you know, things of that sort. So one is the country, Al-Yabanu, the country, and the other thing is the language. Al-Lughatul Yabaniyatu, the Japanese language. So likewise, Lughatil Urdiyatu. Okay, well, we've done with our Japanese class for the night, so let's move on. So, Hamidun, Aina Abuka ya Muhammadu? Where is your father, O Muhammad? Abuka. This is the word abun. Abun means father. But the thing is, there are certain words like abun and akhun, when there's no wow in it, as you would see in the word ab, you know, abun and akhun, as freestanding words, there is no wow. But when you don't say abuka or akhuka. It's against free-flowing, smooth speech. So abuka, akhuka. So a wow is added to it. Like let's say, for example, okay, the next sentence will put it in that context, so I'll leave it for then. So Aina abuka ya Muhammadu? Where is your father, O Muhammad? Ka abuka abuka. Keep that in mind. The word Abu, there'll always be a wow. But I mean, it's a common word for most people. They've heard Abu so-and-so, Abu Bakr, Abu Huraira, Abu so-and-so, so. So you're used to the word Abu. But linguistically, that wow is added on to the word Abun in order to make it flow better. So, Aina abuka ya Muhammadu, where is your father, O Muhammad? And Muhammad replies, Muhammadun abi fil Kuwaiti huwa tabibun shahirun. It's abuyi, you know, as it should be abun, abuyi. Once again, something which is known as saqilun ala lisan, difficult on the tongue to say abuyi or abuyi, even if you want to add a wow in there. It's weird. It doesn't flow. It's difficult. So abi, look how easy the word flows. Abi fil Kuwaiti, my father. And once again, we won't say fi al Kuwaiti or fil Kuwaiti, but abi fil. The ya sound, the ya falls away, so to speak, and it's as if the kasra straight on the fa joining with the lam. Abi fil Kuwaiti, my father is in Kuwait. Huwa tabibun shahirun, he is a famous doctor. As you can see, we are doing a couple of examples over here, but everything fits into place without any difficulty. And it's not like it's something you are a stranger to. You have done many of these things before yourself. You've read the Quran. So it's actually in your subconscious, maybe just without you realizing it, but it's there nonetheless. So, huwa tabibun shahirun, he is a famous doctor. Let's move on. Hamid says, وَأَيْنَ أُمُّكَ وَأَيْنَ أُمُّكَ أُمٌّ, you know, mother. وَأَيْنَ أُمُّكَ, and where is your mother? I think we've done the word before, but if we have not, then وَأَيْنَ أُمُّكَ, where is your mother? Abun is father, is mother. So ummuka, where is your mother? And Muhammad replies, هي أيضا في الكويت مع أبي هي مدرسة هناك. Muhammad replies, he says, she, meaning my mother, she is also in Kuwait with my father. Here, she is mudarrisatun hunaka. She's not a madrasatun. Notice, take the harakat away and the word looks exactly the same. But she's not a building. So, hiya mudarrisatun hunaka. The context of, remember, you're going to be learning to read Arabic without harakat like we're doing here for the most part. So the context of a sentence will tell you what this word is had you not seen the harakat. Because like I said, we're talking about a woman here, not a building. So we wouldn't say she is a building, a school there. She's a school? No, she's a teacher, a female teacher. So hiya mudarrisatun hunaka. She is a female teacher there, meaning in Kuwait. There. Huna meaning here, hunaka meaning there. Hamid continues. He said, أذهبت إلى الكويت يا محمد. Have you gone to Kuwait, O Muhammad? ذهبت, we have done ذهب before. Remember, ذهب وذهب إلى المرحاض, ذهب إلى المدير, and things like that. We have done those before. ذهب is basically huwa. You know, the word ذهب denotes within it or contains within it the word huwa. He went. So dhahabta. When we do sarf one day, inshallah, or if you've done sarf, you will understand how this works. Dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahabat. You know, the words like this here. And that's part of why we did the dhamair last week as well. Because when you understand the 14 dhamair, then you will start to realize that we reach verbs. They got a fit on that same pattern. That's why I said memorize it in that order. If you haven't memorized it, if you don't know what I'm referring to, go to YouTube to last week's class on the Darul Ilm channel, and you'll find it there with regards to Arabic pronouns, and you can follow up and see at least what exactly I'm referring to. But the habta is singular, masculine, second person. Have you gone? Have you gone to Kuwait, O Muhammad? And an additional thing here is the dhahaba, dhahabta, both of these words and the rest of them on this pattern, it is past tense. Verbs have got tense, and even though it's not touching on tense for now, my translation should tell you that have you gone, not are you going, but have you gone to Kuwait, O Muhammad? And Muhammadun, he now replies, Na'am dhahabtu. Yes, I went. I have gone. It's already past tense. I've already been there. Not I'm going. نعم ذهبت. Yes, I'm going. No, it means yes, I have already gone. حامد وزميلك أين أبوه? And your colleague, your friend, at least as your classmate, where is his father? أبوه, his father. Your colleague, where is his father? محمد أبوه في اليابان هو تاجر كبير. Muhammad now says his friend, his father is in Japan and he is a big businessman. Okay, our time is running quite short. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to ask them. Don't wait till the end. Our time may run out before then. But there's one more important lesson that is contained within this exercise, this class here. So let me just continue before our time runs out. So Hamidun, he says, Alaka akhun ya Muhammadu. Do you have a brother, O Muhammad? Now I'm gonna read the next and then I'll explain it. Muhammad, do you have laka, belonging to you? Do you have a brother? Akhun, remember I explained akhun means brother. And when you find one of my oldest things I spoke about on the forum back in the old days, when people said my akhi, my akhi, my akhi, you find people up until this day they're using it in this manner. Akhi, the ya already denotes my brother. So when you say my akhi, you are saying my brother. It's a pointless word to put in to add English word, because akhi means my brother. So to say my akhi is moot. If you said my akh, that's fine. Then you're saying my brother. But to say my akhi, faulty usage of the words. So do you have a brother, or Muhammad? And Muhammad replies, Muhammadun, Naam, li akhun wahidun. Yes, I have one brother. Li, la yi, like you say, laka, la yi, but remember the principle of difficulty on the tongue. Li, it gets a kasra straight away. Li akhun wahidun. Yes, I have one brother. Akhun wahidun. They got to correspond. I have one brother. Ismuhu Usamatu. His name is Usama. Remember I said Usama, no tanween due to tamarbuta. وهو معي هنا في المدينة المنورة. His name is Usama and he is with me, ma'i, huna, here. Remember hunaka is there with a kaf, but huna means here. And he is here with me in Al-Madinatul Munawwara, in the city of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, known as Al-Madinatul Munawwara. Wali ukhtun wahidatun ismuha Zainabu. And I have ukhtun wahidatun, one sister. Akhun wahidun, ukhtun wahidatun, corresponding in number and gender. So wahidun, wahidatun, akhun, ukhtun. Female for female, masculine for masculine. So I have one sister. Her name ismuha, the possessive form. Okay, long message over here. Perhaps slightly more related to last week. For masculine and feminine words in Bangladesh, certain Arabic names have male female version of a name by adding a in the end to make it feminine. Example: masculine masculine Hamid, feminine Hamida, Shahid, Shahida, Habib, Habiba. While names like Muhammad, Khadija would be only exclusive to one gender. Does such concept rules actually exist in Arabic language? Those names are not Bangladeshi. They're not Bangladeshi names. They're Arabic. It's Hamid and Hamida, Shahid and Shahida, Habib and Habiba, Hanif and Hanifa. They're all Arabic names. And yes, we've done, for example, Tabib, Tabibatun. So Shahidun, Shahidatun, Hamidun, Hamidatun, Hanifun, Hanifatun. It's used like that. They're pure Arabic words here. It's a shaheed, a witness, but it's being given as a name. A Hamid means someone who's praiseworthy, and it's being given as a name. That's basically all that it is. So it's actually Arabic. It's not Bangladeshi or any other language for that matter. And yes, it is exactly the same thing. It's not names which are changing. It is it's a, like I say, it's a description, but the description is being used as a name. And Allah knows best. But anyway, coming back to what I was saying is ukhtun wahidatun, one sister, corresponding in gender and number. I have one sister, her name is Zainab. Ismuha, like we did ismuhu, his name. So the possessive form of the word hiya is ha. So hiya and ha, huwa and hu. So ismuha Zainabu, her name is Zainab. وهي في العراق مع زوجها. زوجها مهندس. She is in Iraq with her husband. زوجها, her spouse, which you mean her husband at least. She is in Iraq with her husband. Her husband is an engineer. Muhandisun, muhandisatun, shahidun, shahidatun. So zawjuha muhandisun, her husband is an engineer. That's the end of page 55. And let me quickly do this next line before our time runs out. So I'm going to explain the lesson quickly in a moment. Hamidun, أعندك سيارة يا أخي? Do you have a car, oh my brother? محمد, لا, ما عندي سيارة. عندي دراجة. حمزة, عنده سيارة. So no, I don't have. ما عندي, I do not have by me. Or at least I do not have a car. عندي دراجة, I have a bicycle. Hamza, he has a car. So akhuyi, akhi, like we've done, and inda means worth or by. Now, what is the thing I wanted to point out? What I wanted to point out is this. Laka akhun, li akhun, li ukhtun. عندك سيارة, عندي سيارة, عندي دراجة. عند and laka may look as synonyms in dictionaries and things if you were to translate it in that way, but not in Arabic. It's not a minute difference. The thing is, the word inda is used for things which are not part of you, not associated with you. It's a car. You own it. You can get rid of it. You can be here. Your car can be stolen and things like that. But laka, the word laka, la, is used for body parts and family members. You won't say عندي أخ, for example. نعم عندي أخ واحد. That won't be correct. I have by me a brother. No, the word la is used, li akhun, to denote that it's a family member. Likewise, you won't say li sayyaratun, you would use indi sayyaratun. Indi darajatun, not li darajatun. Even though you may find some people using the terms like that, but it's used like this. Laka is used for body parts and family members because they are not something that can be separated from you. I have a friend, I have a brother, things of that sort. Okay, we've got a couple of seconds only left. So before time runs out, I'll explain this in further detail again next week, inshallah. But we're stopping on this point here, beginning of page 56, and we'll resume next week, Wednesday, inshallah ta'ala. Until then, we end for now when we say, وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ وَسَلَّمَ وَبَارَكَ عَلَى نَبِيِّنَا مُحَمَّدٍ سُبْحَانَ اللَّهِ وَبِحَمْدِهِ سُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ وَبِحَمْدِكَ نَشْهَدُ أَن لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ نَسْتَغْفِرُكَ وَنَتُوبُ إِلَيْكَ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.